I'm Terry Nagy. I'm the current CEO of Apogee Entertainment.
Nice. Now, I just got a little bit of hands-on time with Rise of the Triad, and this is the Ludicrous Edition?
That's correct. It's the remastered version from the cult classic from 1994 with The Hunt Begins, Dark War, and Extreme Rise of the Triad.
Nice. Obviously, a cult classic, a fan favorite, FPS from the 90s. I'm just curious, how did this remaster come about?
Well, we actually had this going on about a year and a half ago, and a few things didn't work out, but Dave from New Blood was actively involved with it, and he's like, we got to get this going, we got to get it going right, and he's basically said, let's have Nightdive do it, and we'll help you out, and we'll just have this good collaboration between Apogee, New Blood, and Nightdive Studios. And of course, Nightdive is the masters of the remaster, and keeping the classic Rise of the Triad gameplay intact for the new players of today was just paramount and important.
Nice. Yeah. So, what all's been given a facelift here? Is it just like head to toes, everything is given a fresh coat of paint?
Yeah. Overall, we're upscaling the graphics. We're making sure that the controls have been remapped for today's gamers. The WSDA and all the mouse look controls. Absolutely, everything is correct for today's gamers. Instead of the old school style arrow keys and that. We're also the multiplayer aspects of the net games has been corrected. There was a few bugs because back in the day we thought we knew what we were doing, but we brought it up to speed with today's stuff. We also have ultra wide support for the monitors, and the KEX engine allows for a lot of really great things as far as frames per second. If your monitor operates at a faster frame rate, it takes full advantage of that. And so the overall experience of Rise of the Triad with the upscaled graphics, ultra-wide display, controls, absolutely everything makes it a more enjoyable experience. Plus the fact that you don't have to have file manipulation to play The Hunt Begins, Dark War, or Extreme Rise of the Triad. They're all accessible within one package.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, I gotta say, everything already feels like it's running very smooth. Like the frame rates, the graphics, everything was looking like butter when I was playing just a minute ago.
Absolutely, smooth gameplay, experience, overall performance has been maximized for today's enjoyment.
Nice. And then, you mentioned you're working with Nightdive, and what's that experience been like for you?
Oh, they've been fantastic. We're part of their development Discord channel that they keep us absolutely involved with during their whole development cycle. New Blood is acting as our producer, making sure that Nightdive stays true to the core game itself. It's a triad of companies that makes it work perfectly.
And it's perfect because it's Rise of the Triad.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's exactly right. It's a perfect triad of companies coming together to make a remaster the best it possibly can be.
That's awesome. Now it's the Ludicrous Edition. Is Ludicrous, the actor and rapper, involved in any way, shape, or form?
Well, I mean, that's the name that Dave Autry came up with, and I have to go with whatever Dave says. He is just absolutely on top with everything marketing wise and that. So anything Dave says, I agree to, and we run with it.
I could see Dave paying for a cameo to get Ludicrous to talk about the game.
He always keeps that. He has a picture of me that he always posts on the Discord channels, and I even commented to him the other day about, hey, what are you doing that for? And he's like, I got to keep that picture alive for posterity.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like Dave. And yeah, I guess, and it sounds like New Blood's been really championing this as well then.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's also trying to champion something else for Rise of the Triad that one of the other developers that we've worked with in the past that he actually worked on Rise of the Triad, the 2013 version. He did something for Rise of the Triad Classic that we're trying to get in there. I don't know if I can actually talk about it right now. If we can get it in there, it'll be even better.
Nice, awesome. Well, yeah, I'm sure people are going to be very curious to find out what that is in the future. But you know, it really seems like now more than ever that era where Apogee was kind of at its peak before, there's a large demand for that era of gaming now. So this seems like the perfect time for you guys to be bringing back things like Rise of the Triad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we started off, we kind of did the Crystal Caves HD remake, and we did the Secret Agent HD remake and Monster Batch remake. And this is just the latest and greatest of the remakes that we're doing that, you know, it just brings cult classic games back into the forefront of today's market. And it just seems right to do it right now.
Yeah. What do you think it is about that era of gaming that people love so much or are nostalgic for?
Wow. I mean, people love playing their childhood memories, and a lot of times when we're up here at PAX and people are talking, it's like, oh my God, I remember playing that game back in the early '90s. It just takes me back to my childhood, you know. So bringing those games forward to the now when they're playing there as adults, it just triggers those childhood memories for them, and you know, it's just a win. It's a solid win for everybody.
Nice. I definitely believe that. And I'm guessing you have more plans for the future, more remasters, bringing back some more classic franchises.
Right. I sure hope so. We're thinking about things for some of the older IPs that we would sure like to bring forward, and don't know if I can really talk about them right now. But we are thinking about them, and I'm sure most of the fans of the classic games will be thrilled when we do make our announcements about them.
Awesome. So where are you guys now, like right now, with Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition as far as development goes?
Oh, it's coming along really well. I would say that I'm not even sure how much I can reveal about that. The development cycle is coming along really well. They're doing an exceptional job. They did a fantastic job to get this demo ready for PAX. We had some beefs going back and forth about ultra wide. Dave made sure that it happened though for your viewing pleasure.
No, ultra wide is the one of the big buzzwords now, especially with PCs.
Absolutely. So no, the development cycle is going really well. Larry over at Nightdive, he's staying on top of everything, and those guys have been fantastic.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition. This is the era of gaming that I grew up on as well. So, like, yeah, getting some hands on with this definitely brought me back as well today.
Right. I mean, who doesn't love going back to their childhood and playing those? You know, it wasn't my childhood, but for most people, it's their childhood. I was in my 20s at the time, so I mean, it was the heyday of playing games, first-person shooters. You know, Wolfenstein, Doom, you know, Rise of the Triad, all the great games back in the day. You know, all the innovations that everybody takes their advantage now came out of these games.
Absolutely. Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing more. For now, if folks want to keep up with everything you're doing with Apogee and Rise of the Triad, where can they go to get more information?
Oh, for Rise of the Triad. No place that I know of right now that we're promoting, but that will be soon TM. How's that?
TM, that works for me.
Yeah, that's me and Austria. I always love quoting Austria for soon TM.